Hi, I'm Chef Landry from Lake Charles, Louisiana. Here in Cajun country, we're well known for our gumbos, where we take unique ingredients, blend them together for a truly special dish, just like our culture. So today, I'm going to show you how to make an authentic Louisiana gumbo. What I have here in this pot is I have what we call the Cajun Trinity, which is celery, bell peppers, and yellow onions. And to that, I'm going to add a little black pepper. I'm going to add a little bit of salt. And I'm going to add a little bit of garlic. And then, what kind of Cajun dish would it be without cayenne red pepper, right? So we're going to add a little cayenne red pepper. But not knowing where you guys are from, if you're from north, this should be enough cayenne pepper. I actually season 3 times in the course of my cooking because I want those oils in that spice to be emitted from the spice. They're going to caramelize. It's going to give me a particular flavor of those 4 spices. As they cook and I add my stocks and continue to cook it and they release their oils in the boiling water, I'm going to get a totally different flavor from the same 4 spices. While we're waiting on our gumbo to come to a boil, let's make what makes gumbo authentic. Let's make a homemade roux. And first off, I've got some Louisiana cooking oil in here. I'm going to add just a little bit of water to it. As it approaches 220 degrees, it's going to start snap, crackling, and popping because water and oil does not mix. As you can hear, it's beginning to snap as we talk. Now, as you can hear, the water is really beginning to pop and boil out of this oil. As it approaches 220 degrees, it's going to get completely silent again. That means all the water has boiled out of this pot. But since it's almost there, I'm going to go ahead and add some flour to that. You'll notice that I'm standing right over it and continuing to stir, because that's the thing about flour and oil. If you leave it for a minute, it's going to scorch, and a little bit of scorched roux goes a long, long way, I'm here to tell you. Now, if you were making an étouffée or something like that, this roux would be done. But since you're making a gumbo, which is going to be a dark, rich brown, which is going to give more flour taste, more everything, adds body to your gumbo as your thickening agent, does a whole lot for you. You just keep stirring this till it turns deep brown. Now what we want to do is trim up the fat off our chicken, and as you'll notice, I have turned my hands down and run the knife off the back of my fingers. By running them off the back of the fingers and moving your fingers at the same spot, all your chicken is cut to the same size. Therefore, you don't have big pieces that are undercooked and little pieces that are overcooked. They're all cooking at the same speed. Now remember earlier, we took our roux and we cooked it down till it was a rich fudge brown. Then we put it in the refrigerator and cooled it to room temperature. And now we're going to add it to our gumbo. Now a lot of people want to know how much roux you put in a gumbo. And I'm going to tell you exactly like my grandmother used to say. You put a little bit shy, but not a lot. You put just enough. Roux is one of the few things that you can put in boiling stock or water and it'll go straight to the bottom of the pot and burn. So what I'm going to do is stir it and keep stirring it till it completely melts in my gumbo. And as you can see, the color of my gumbo has changed. The thickness of my gumbo has already started to change, and it just gets better and better from there. Yep. Gumbo. Now, according to my grandmother, if you stick your finger in the pot of rice and it comes up to the first knuckle, you bring the water up to the third knuckle and bring it to a boil and you'll have it. Other recipes say a pound of rice, quart of water, and then of course a little bit of butter, because that's how your mother used to do it. Turn it on high, stir it off the bottom of the pot, put a lid on it. Once this rice comes to a boil, turn it off, let it sit for 30 minutes. Perfect rice every time. Now this is a good gumbo, but if you want a great gumbo, what you do is you eat all you want the first day, put it in the refrigerator and cool it down. The next day it's going to have a grease layer on it. Scrape the grease layer off. Then bring it back to a rolling boil, and then you have a great gumbo. Don't ask me what happens in the refrigerator, but there's a metamorphosis that occurs where the spices and the liquids and the meat all blend together to give you a really great gumbo the second day. I really do hope you've enjoyed this little taste of Louisiana culture. For more information, visit www.visitlakecharles.org/gumbo.